On Friday evening, a federal court, Washington, D.C., has ordered the Biden administration and the State Department to turn over to the ACLJ the unredacted Jen Psaki email regarding the newly confirmed Obama-Biden administration meeting about the Iran deal.
Administration trying to claim presidential privilege here. And the district court judge said no, that this was a document not covered by the privilege, and it went on at great lengths explaining why it was not.
Whatever is redacted there, it is on point. It is about exactly the issue of the video edit and negotiating with the Ahmadinejad-led government in Iran. And the federal judge said, let me take a look at this first. He did. And what he said was, this is not subject to presidential privilege.
Now, there will be no redactions in the emails. None. Which means we're going to find out what the now White House press secretary, Jen Psaki, and other senior then Obama-Biden officials were actually doing, and who made the decision to delete and edit that email that was done to keep the American people in the dark.
I think what's critical in this, in addition, is the fact that it's the Jen Psaki email that was redacted. Here was a person who was the press secretary for the State Department, and now she's just conveniently slided over to the White House and is going to be giving us the same line of information, disinformation or lies or deceit possibly, that she gave while she was at state.
I think with this particular FOIA request, we have simply scratched the surface of premeditated and deliberate efforts by the deep state to hide information from the American people. And this move has unleashed a sleeping giant within the bureaucracy. And this means that our 5-year-old request is simply the first of many revelations to come.
The cover-up, and that's really what this is about, is a cover-up, was not based on the necessity of sensitive privileged communications or national security concerns protecting sources and methods. All of this was done, Jay, apparently for political cover. They knew that what they were doing would be perceived at best as ill-advised and at worst as against the interest of America itself. And all of it, Jay, is based on a lie, a set of lies to the American people.
The State Department has time to appeal. I'm sure they will appeal. But I think what it underscores, Rick, is how long you've got to go to, if you really want to go to battle against these actors, and President Trump did that his entire term. These are long-term battles.
Let's remember that my emails were turned over to BuzzFeed immediately.
Of course, in 30 seconds, right?
Without any interference. And so now what we need to say is the same. Let's have the same standard. If my emails are going to get turned over, let's have the request granted that ACLJ is pushing forward. Secretary of State Blinken should absolutely come down on the side of transparency.
When you say immediately, I mean, you were barely, the administration was barely in office. They released yours pretty much unredacted. We don't have a case in the ACLJ history of litigating against the government, which has been for decades, where that has ever happened until, of course, we didn't ask for yours. They did. And boom, they're released. So you're right, the double standard here is unreal.
People think of the State Department as diplomatic, but really it's a lot of the individuals there are front diplomats who are working in intel. So there's a huge crossover in a much darker world of, if you will, and of intel and what the CIA is doing, clandestine activity, and a lot of these bureaucrats. And so they guard their information, they guard what's available to the political insiders. But what we do know about these bureaucrats is they are much more friendly to the left.
You work with the State Department because you interface with the State Department. People don't understand that there's this entrenched bureaucracy there that's unreal.
Presidents come and go, secretaries of state come and go, they remain. And we have always contended both there and at the Pentagon and other places, that's where the real power is with the career civilians.
The meeting and what the decision actually was that was made during this has been kept private from the American people for 5 years. So we've been in court at least, 3.5, I think, Jordan, at this point, maybe 4. And you have to be patient because the court process moves in a particular way.
No, it's over 4 years, 5 years.
5 years in litigation. But now they're going to appeal this. This case could end up, by the way, this could be a Supreme Court case.